Hello, this is Patrick from XPression. I'd like to show you an option in XPression MAPS, the ability to download as a local client. I'm working in the HTML5 client for XPression MAPS. I'm going to log in, put my username in here, and it opens up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select a map that I want to build. So I'm going to go from my base, I want to zoom to a state. So I'm going to come into my search tools, and I'm going to search for Miami. I'm a little too tightly zoomed in here, so I'm going to back out a little bit. And I want to make sure that I can see portions of the United States here. So I'm going to say that I want to add Florida as a highlight. And I want to, I'm going to turn off the go to results. I'm going to choose Miami is the label that I'm going to put on my map. And I'm also going to add in Fort Lauderdale. And I want to search that. I'm going to put that on my map, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to move it over to this side. So I'm going to take my whole map, move it over just a little bit, and I've got those two pieces in here. And I'm going to do two things. I'm going to select that as my endpoint, and I'm going to preview my animation. So I'm going to see it's going to render my preview for me in real time. So you can see that it's taken a couple seconds here to render the whole thing. And here's my video playback. Fantastic. So that's exactly what I want it to do. So I'm going to say I love it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save it, and I'm going to save it as Florida map, and I'm going to save that into my folders for my local maps. Select it. Okay. I'm going to scale this window back a little bit, and you'll see why in a second, because I want to actually go into my newsroom and my script, and I have a template here for a map, and I'm going to bring my maps plugin back up front. I'm going to go to Final Tools, and I'm going to drag the moss tag and put that into my template, and what you'll see down here on the bottom, it'll take a second, but you'll see the download will start on this map, and you can see that it started my download, and here I have it. So I can preview my animation, see how that looks. You can see there's my map, it animates in, and it will fly into the state of Florida, showcasing Miami and Fort Lauderdale. I want to take this and I want to put this into my script, and it's done. So now I've got this ready for my newscast, but I want to do something else. So I'm going to minimize this, I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to bring this back up because we're going to pay more attention to it here. I also want to have it not just for broadcast, I want to have it so that I can use it for my web page. So I'm going to go back to my scene controls, and there's an icon here labeled download. If I click on that, you'll see that it'll initiate a render for the preview. And you're watching it render this. What it's doing is it's rendering an MP4 version of my map for me. And it will render it as full resolution. And I'm going to put this up in a folder here, and I'm going to call it Map Movie. I'm going to replace an existing map up there. I could name it with anything. I'm just going to do this for a new demo and example. I'm going to go over to another tab in my browser. I'm going to click on the Ross Video News webpage. I'm going to scroll down a little bit on the page, and I'm going to click play on this map. And guess what? It's the one that I literally just made. So this gives me an opportunity so that I can download this content and put it into a web page so that I can use it locally for something other than my broadcast.